Hey Mom, I wanted to thank you for the other day. Margaret really appreciated it too.
Oh, honey, it was my pleasure. It's been 5 years since you started dating Margaret. And we've never had the opportunity to get to know each other. I was very glad to be able to chat with her.
Margaret was saying the same thing. Finally engaged. I actually don't feel any different.
Well, you're not married yet, sweetheart. You'll feel it when the time comes. My little Patrick, all grown up and engaged. I feel so blessed.
I'm pushing 30, Mom. Pretty common age to be getting married.
You know, I was actually worried. You never showed much interest in girls until you met Margaret. A shy boy like you getting engaged to a gorgeous girl like Margaret. You can't help but feel blessed.
I know she's out of my league, Mom. I still don't know why she agreed to marry me.
She seems so sweet and cheery. Take good care of her. I had a difficult life raising you on my own. After your father walked out on us. Don't make her go through what I did.
I know, Mom. I grew up watching you struggling to raise me. I'll never do that to Margaret.
I'm proud of you, son. I'm sure you'll be just fine.
Stop, Mom. You're embarrassing me.
Sorry, honey. It just brought up a lot of memories. Getting a little emotional.
Cut it out, Mom. Save those tears for the wedding, all right? We're still only engaged.
You're right. I'm going to be a crying mess during your wedding. I'd better buy some waterproof makeup.
That's what you're worried about.
Oh, speaking of worried. I wonder if it just didn't cross her mind. I was a little surprised.
When we had lunch, did something happen?
You and Margaret got to the restaurant, and I arrived a little later, remember? She didn't stand up to greet me when I got to the table.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Margaret is a little ditzy like that. I was surprised too.
Margaret's still young. I suppose I'm being too critical of her. But she should be careful. There may be times in polite company when it would make a bad impression.
That's true. My boss might be coming to the wedding. I'll talk to her about it.
Thank you, Patrick. I just felt like I'd sound like a nag.
I don't think Margaret would mind. I do.
And even if Margaret doesn't show it, she might not feel too good about it.
Is that how it is?
That's how it is. I wouldn't feel very comfortable talking to her about something like this now. I haven't really had the chance to get to know her yet, after all. I'm sure things will be different when we become closer.
I'm sure you're right. If there's anything, let me know. I'll talk to Margaret.
Thank you, Patrick. Love you.
Hey, Jane. Thanks for the lunch today. It was wonderful.
I'm happy you enjoyed it. I'm delighted that we've become so close. It's all thanks to you.
Aww, Jane. That's really sweet of you. I simply wanted to build a strong relationship with you. I'm just reaching out. Honestly, I was concerned I might be messaging you too often.
Don't be silly, Margaret. Your initiative is what brought us closer. I love our lunch dates.
That's great to hear. You know, I was a bit intimidated before. We didn't have many chances to talk before Patrick and I got engaged.
Oh no. Do I come across as intimidating?
Well, maybe just a bit.
I wonder what gives that impression. Is it my appearance?
I'm joking. Look, we can joke around now. I'm thrilled that you'll be my mother-in-law.
Well, I'm thrilled that you'll be my daughter-in-law. But this is getting a bit mushy, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm just happy we're comfortable enough to joke with each other. We'll be family once Patrick and I get married, after all. I've heard stories about mother-in-laws who bully the wife. I want to have a good relationship with my husband's family.
I agree. I wouldn't want to be on bad terms with my daughter-in-law either. We'll be part of each other's lives for a long time.
Right.
Great. So, I've been wanting to talk to you about something for a while now. Since we've become so close, I think now is the right time to ask you about it. Do you mind?
Go ahead. Jane, we're practically family. Ask away.
I suppose how someone would feel about it varies. So, I wasn't sure if I should ask directly. Margaret, you're employed, right?
Yes, I am. I work in sales, so it can get a bit hectic at times. But I enjoy it. Why do you ask?
What are you doing with your income currently? You live with Patrick. Do you merge your finances?
No. We split our expenses and pay from our incomes, and the rest is up to us.
Do you have savings set aside for the wedding?
Patrick mentioned he would cover the wedding expenses from his savings. So, I don't need to save for it.
But you could if you wanted to, right? You do have disposable income? You're not facing any financial difficulties?
Not really. This is quite random. Did Patrick say something?
No, no. Nothing like that. It's just that we've had lunch a few times now. And I've never seen you take out your wallet.
What? But you always cover the lunch bill. Why would I need my wallet?
I'm older than you, and I'll treat you when I can. But this is a little different. You're the one who invited me to lunch, right?
That's true. I'm usually the one who initiates plans.
So, regardless of whether you actually pay or not, you should be prepared to cover the bill, don't you think? I'm not a millionaire. There are days when I can't cover your expenses.
Don't worry about that. I can reschedule if you can't pay. Just let me know.
That's not what I'm trying to say. Another thing. You're frequently late to our meetups. How do you feel about that?
Huh? Are you giving me a lecture?
I don't mean to lecture. I just think that as adults, that kind of punctuality is important, you know?
Janet, please don't do that. Remember, we're going to be family. Let's not nitpick at small things, please.
I understand, but you're not married yet. They do say, a hedge between keeps friendship green. There should be a certain level of respect in our relationships.
That may be true, but I don't need a lecture from you. Actually, this isn't a lecture. It feels more like bullying. Do you enjoy bullying your daughter-in-law?
Bullying? I'm not bullying you.
But I felt bullied. In many cases, the bully doesn't even realize they're doing it. If the victim, in this case, me, feels bullied, then it's bullying.
I'm just saying that you need to act responsibly. You might get into trouble if you keep behaving like this. You're still young. Don't you want to work on your bad habits while you can?
Ugh. I just wanted us to get along. I didn't expect things to turn out this way. I'm a little disappointed, Janet.
I want to get along with you too, Margaret. You need to understand that this behavior can't continue. It's for your own good.
For my own good? That's exactly what a bully would say. You know, I was even considering letting you move in with Patrick and me. But I guess that's not going to happen. I can't imagine how stressful it would be to live with a bully. I feel sorry for Patrick, but we'll have to find other arrangements.
That sounds like a threat. Was this your plan all along?
My plan? I don't know what you mean. Anyway, I'm going to talk to Patrick about this. He's going to be really surprised when he finds out. His mom's the type of person who would bully her daughter-in-law.
I see. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, so please don't treat me that way ever again, okay? Then I'll reconsider letting you move in with us. If you're nice. Patrick. You won't believe what your mom did to me.
What's the matter? I thought you went out to lunch together. Did Mom say something to you?
Yeah. I didn't think she was the kind of person who would do something like that. I was shocked, you know.
What's going on? Mom is pretty careful with her words. She's usually really friendly but courteous. I can't imagine her offending you.
I thought so, too. But she suddenly snapped at me today. I felt so attacked. I was so scared I couldn't say anything.
She snapped? What did she say?
I was a minute late for our lunch date today. Just 1 minute. She flipped out.
Over 1 minute? I know my mom is pretty strict. But I can't imagine her getting mad over something that trivial.
Oh, and another thing. I forgot my wallet today by accident. She told me I should be ashamed of myself for expecting to eat for free. I don't know what to do.
She did mention she was concerned with your behavior. Maybe she was already a little sensitive. You're sure you didn't do anything else?
I didn't do anything. Besides, how would I know if she didn't tell me? Why would you ask me that, Patrick? You're going to take your mother's side over me?
That's not what I'm saying. I just can't picture Mom getting so upset over little things like that. That's all.
She really snapped at me, Patrick. Maybe she doesn't like me. And she's doing it on purpose. I just wanted to have a good relationship with my mother-in-law. What's going to happen after we get married?
I don't think she dislikes you, Margaret. I am concerned about Mom's attitude towards you, though. I'll talk to her about it, okay?
What? Talk?
Yeah. You don't want to leave things like this, do you? And if my mom is in the wrong, I'd like to figure out what the problem is. Maybe you should put some distance between you two for a little while. So I'll talk to her for you.
You don't need to do that. Don't worry about it. I just wanted you to listen, you know?
Are you sure? I don't want you to bottle up your feelings. If it's my feelings you're worried about, don't be.
I don't want things to get awkward between you two by you talking to her about this. She's your only family. I don't want to be the reason you two have a falling out.
You felt attacked, right? She's going to be your mother-in-law. You need to tell her if it bothered you.
I don't want to feel like a tattletale. I'll try to figure things out with Janet. Don't worry about it, okay, Patrick? I'll ask you for help if I need it. How's that?
If that's what you want, I'm fine with that. But promise me you'll tell me if anything happens. I'm always on your side.
Thanks, hubby.
All right, I'm gonna head back home now. Sorry about all the trouble with Mom.
Hi, Margaret. Is now a good time? I'd like to discuss yesterday.
Discuss? So, you want to discuss what happened yesterday? You seem quite confrontational. I'm feeling a bit intimidated. Please, let's not be confrontational. After all, we're going to be family.
I'm afraid you're mistaken. We're not going to be family. Because you won't be marrying my son.
What do you mean I'm not marrying Patrick? Is this because of what happened yesterday? Are you trying to retaliate somehow? That seems a bit petty.
Your engagement to Patrick has been cancelled. He won't be marrying you. So I won't be your mother-in-law either. Now, let's be honest about how we feel, don't you think?
Engagement cancelled? What are you saying? I haven't heard anything about that. Patrick would never do that to me.
I informed Patrick about our conversation yesterday. He was surprised, as your account of the events was completely different. That led to his decision to end the engagement.
Are you serious? Can an engagement really be broken off over something so minor?
Of course, it's serious. Why else would I tell you this? But he told me he was on my side yesterday. He couldn't change his mind overnight just from talking to you, could he? Your side of the story omitted a lot of details. Everything you said portrayed me as a bully.
I was genuinely bullied. I felt that way. It was definitely bullying.
If it was truly bullying, I don't think Patrick would be this upset with you. Ending an engagement is a major decision. It's not something to be taken lightly. Doesn't this indicate that your claim lacks substance?
You must have fabricated some story to win Patrick over. Otherwise, this wouldn't have happened.
Fabricated? It's a fact that you expected me to provide for you. And attempted to use housing as leverage. If you're behaving like this while only engaged, who knows what you'll do once married? I believe Patrick made the right choice.
I disagree. I've invested 5 long years into my relationship with Patrick. I've turned down other suitors along the way. I can't afford to lose my financial security this close to my goal.
Other suitors. Were you cheating on him?
What if I was? I'm betting my entire future on choosing the right partner. Why should I spend 5 years only investing in one person?
Oh dear. Are you confessing to me now? Can't you see you're making things worse for yourself?
Whatever, Janet. I didn't cheat, okay? It's none of your business. Anyway, I'm going to talk to Patrick and get him to reconsider this whole situation.
Weren't you listening? This was Patrick's decision. Do you think he'll change his mind so easily?
I'm Patrick's first ever girlfriend, let alone fiancé. I have a strong influence over him. I'll talk to him, and everything will be fine.
I see. Then, go ahead and talk to him. But I doubt he's eager to have a conversation, given the way things have unfolded. It's clear you're a manipulator.
If Patrick were that perceptive, he would have noticed my supposed cheating. Love can be blind, you know? What your lover says matters more than what your parents say. I'll be waiting for your apology. Hey, babe. Your mom mentioned that you're calling off the engagement. You wouldn't do that to me, would you? You told me you're on my side. I'm sure it's all lies Janet made up.
No, it's all true. I just talked to your parents about it, too. It's official.
You talked to my parents? You haven't believed Janet's lies, have you? You don't believe her over me, right?
Mom isn't lying, so it's not about believing her over you. You're the one that's lying. Just admit it.
Why would you say that to me? I've never lied to you in my life.
Just stop it, okay? I saw your conversation with Mom. It's creepy hearing you talk like this after reading those messages.
What do you mean, saw?
I saw it. Mom showed me the whole conversation. I know all about what you think of me. And what you did behind my back. Oh, your parents know all about it, too.
You showed my parents?
It was to explain my decision. Your parents apologized over and over. You're such a disappointment as a daughter.
So my parents were just apologizing? They didn't say anything else? Were they mad?
Of course they were mad. And appalled. They said they were so worried you'll never be able to have a happy family. They're so sorry for everything. I was embarrassed for them.
So I'm trash now? Your bland ass couldn't get a date when I met you. I let you be my boyfriend. You should be more grateful.
Sorry I'm so bland. But you're still a scumbag user, in my view.
So what? You think marriage is just about love? Don't be so naive, Patrick. You sound stupid.
Maybe. But I don't think anything good's going to come out of a marriage with no love. I don't want a marriage like that.
You're talking big now. But you're going to regret it later when no one else will marry you. If you miss this chance, you're never going to get married.
So what?
So you should marry me. Your mother raised you on her own. Don't you think she wants you to settle down and have a family? Let's do it. We can have a little family of our own.
You're the one who played games and tried to manipulate me against my mother. What kind of married life would that be? I'd rather be a bachelor for the rest of my life. Go marry someone else if you want to get married that bad.
Gross. I had a feeling, but you're a total mama's boy. Loser.
Fine. I don't care what you think of me anymore, Margaret. Besides, you don't want to marry a gross mama's boy loser, right? Glad it all worked out.
That's fine. I can get another guy, no problem. You can F off. I'll just go marry someone else and live happily ever after. Have fun being a loser bachelor all your life.
Margaret? Maybe you didn't understand. I don't think you're going to live happily ever after.
I'll have no problem finding a guy to marry. Unlike you, a loser mama's boy. It's easy breezy.
Margaret, your parents disowned you. On top of that, you're responsible for the full amount of all the wedding costs I've paid. That might be a hard pill to swallow for your future hubby.
What do you mean they disowned me? The wedding fees? What's going on here?
It's to be expected after something like this. Your parents said they'll give me the money for now. But they said they're going to get you to reimburse them. And once you're done paying them back, they're done with you.
Are you kidding me? How am I supposed to get my happily ever after?
You should listen to people when they talk to you. It's basic manners.
What am I going to do? I don't have that much money. So I'm going to lose my engagement and lose money? My life is over.
Don't give up. You can get a guy easy breezy, right? Unlike me. So go get that happily ever after. After paying all that money back, of course.
Following that, Patrick and Margaret finalized their separation. With Margaret's parents' cooperation. Due to the duration of the relationship and Margaret's infidelity, Margaret's parents agreed to provide Patrick with some additional compensation for emotional distress, in addition to reimbursing the wedding expenses. True to their promise, Margaret's parents covered all the expenses, and Margaret is now in the process of repaying them. It's understood that they will sever ties with their daughter once she finishes repaying them. All of Patrick and Margaret's mutual friends learned of Margaret's actions and stopped communicating with her. With her family and friends gone, Margaret now leads a solitary life, working and saving money to make her monthly payments to her parents. Patrick married a different woman a few years later. His current wife is absolutely delightful, and they have an excellent rapport with each other, as well as with me. I'm planning to move in with them soon, and I intend to give them plenty of space while continuing to support them in any way I can.